How to grow exponentially in network marketing. It is a Ponzi. Yes, you heard that right, but before you disagree with me, keep in mind that I did not say it is a scheme. You see, every human institution in modern society is structured as a Ponzi or pyramid organization. A Ponzi scheme is a fraudulent investment scam that pays returns to earlier investors using money contributed by newer investors rather than from actual profit earned by the organization. Named after Charles Ponzi, who ran a massive scheme in the 1920s, these scams rely on a constant flow of new money to survive and inevitably collapse when new investments stop or too many investors redeem funds. A pyramid scheme is a system where the people at the top make money mainly from recruiting more people underneath them, not from real products, real value, or sustainable business activity. It only works as long as new people keep joining and feeding money upward, which means eventually most people at the bottom lose while a small group at the top benefits. Both schemes clearly take advantage of people. So, now that we are clear on this, let's look at how our modern-day money system works. I mean, you did get into network marketing to make money, right? And not just money, but to have freedom, which really means more free time and money. Well, if you become clear on how money is created, then you will finally commit to growing your network marketing business. Because the only way you will be free is to create your own Ponzi or pyramid to leverage other people's time, technology, and yes, even money. Have all these working for you because the elite capitalists do. They sit at the top of the financial pyramid, especially with how money is created. This is where critics like Mike Maloney draw comparisons to the modern financial system. Maloney argues that today's economy functions like a massive debt-based pyramid structure, where new money is continuously created through borrowing, credit expansion, and central banking policies. In this system, economic growth depends on constant participation. New workers entering the workforce, consumers taking on debt, businesses expanding through credit, governments borrowing more money, and investors continuously pouring capital into inflated assets like stocks and real estate. The entire structure is further sustained by workers and consumers continuously paying taxes, servicing debt, and funding the system through their labor, spending, and economic participation. According to this perspective, those closest to the creation of money, governments, central banks, major financial institutions, and large asset holders benefit first through rising asset prices and increased liquidity. Meanwhile, younger and working class generations often feel the effects later through inflation, stagnant purchasing power, rising housing costs, higher taxes, and increasing financial pressure. The system continues operating as long as confidence, borrowing, taxation, and economic expansion continue upward, which is why some critics argue that modern finance increasingly resembles a pyramid structure built on perpetual growth rather than sustainable value creation. So basically, modern-day slavery did away with the shackles on your feet and put them on your finances. The entire economic and financial system in the modern world is built on debt. As the scripture says, the rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is the slave of the lender. Proverbs 22-7. By all means, do your own research. We encourage you to start with money expert Mike Maloney and his video series Hidden Secrets of Money. Once you understand how the system is stealing your time for what they call money, you will then start to make that mindset shift toward being successful in business. Take a quick break from this video and watch episode 4, The Biggest Scam in the History of Mankind, Hidden Secrets of Money. In short, the whole monetary system is a legal Ponzi scheme. Yes, it's a pyramid scheme, and elite banking families are on top. If you're an employee, you are at the bottom of the pyramid. This sounds bad, and we are sorry to say that it is. Now, for the good news, what if you can create your own version of the monetary system to a smaller scale? Yes, it would be legal. You will never become a central bank, but you can become the next best thing. A successful entrepreneur of your own company. It all starts with your paradigm shift of network marketing and you making a decision to get committed. As Jedi Master Yoda from Star Wars once said, you must unlearn what you have learned. You have to unlearn the patterns and years of indoctrination from your upbringing, schooling, and uplines. I encourage you, as Yoda does, to let go of outdated beliefs or habits to grow and adapt. It can only happen if you decide to be committed to becoming a true business person and mastering your craft of network marketing. So, now that you are clear on what you must create, and I assume you have your why, then it's time to get to work. How then do you grow exponentially? Are you ready for the solution? First, know that everyone else has the same problem as you. Know not the problem of what your products solve. Think much bigger. They all have the problem just like you of not enough time and not enough money. If everyone is an indentured servant, then deep down in their soul, they want to escape the rat race if given the chance. Well, guess what? You are providing the chance, and no, not like you think. You see, the reason most people fail to grow exponentially is because they are still operating under the same belief systems, habits, and patterns that they have been brainwashed with. They think the newest person that is brought into their organization will be the lotto ticket to freedom. They also think, just like the rest of the world, that shit rolls downhill on the pyramid. That if I can get the right person under me, they can build me an empire. If just recruit enough direct people to me, one of them will explode in growth, be the stud, and will push me to the top. No! That's the wrong mindset! Most so-called leaders in the industry may not say it, but it's what they're thinking. Well, what if to do network marketing right, you turn that pyramid upside down? What if it's not about you, although it is? What if it's about you freeing the newest person from their dead-end job? What if you, as their leader, get them the success and production? Not following? Let me explain then with this story from the good book. In the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 20, verses 20 to 28, the mother of James and John asked Jesus Christ to give her sons the highest positions in his kingdom, one at his right hand and one at his left. Jesus responds by explaining that they do not fully understand what they are asking, because true greatness in his kingdom comes through suffering, sacrifice, and service, not power or status. Here is the verse, as it is written in the English Standard Version, ESV. Then the mother of the sons of Zebedee came up to him with her sons, and kneeling before him, she asked him for something. And he said to her, "What do you want?" She said to him, "Say that these 2 sons of mine are to sit, one at your right hand and one at your left, in your kingdom." Jesus answered, "You do not know what you are asking. Are you able to drink the cup that I am to drink?" They said to him, "We are able." He said to them, "You will drink my cup. But to sit at my right hand and at my left is not mine to grant, but it is for those for whom it has been prepared by my Father." And when the 10 heard it, they were indignant at the 2 brothers. But Jesus called them to him and said, "You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their great ones exercise authority over them. It shall not be so among you. But whoever would be great among you must be your servant, and whoever would be first among you must be your slave, even as the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." Did you catch that? When the other disciples become angry at the request, Jesus teaches them that unlike worldly rulers who dominate others, his followers are called to be humble servants. Then he gave the ultimate example. Even he did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. The message is clear in God's kingdom. True leadership is not found in status, prestige, or domination, but in humility, selflessness, and serving others. So, if you truly consider yourself a leader, ask yourself this: are you genuinely serving people with humility and selflessness, or are you ultimately building for yourself? If the systems of the world, governments, corporations, and human institutions often operate through pyramids of authority, control, and oppression, then how is your network marketing business any different? Oh, that's right. You motivate them and teach them personal self-development. That should do it. That's not good enough. What if, instead of building a pyramid where everyone serves the top, you flipped it upside down? What if the strongest leader stood at the bottom, lifting everyone else higher? What if, just like the Lord, you flip that pyramid upside down and you pay the price for the people you are bringing into your organization? What if the best recruiter, the best salesperson, and the most talented person use their strength not to be exalted, but to push others upward? They get the praise, recognition, and credit for the production that you did for them. This is how you grow exponentially in network marketing. See, most people you bring into your organization start part-time and are trapped in this world, financial system, working 2, sometimes 3 jobs. How then can they build a business? They can't. I heard it from a leader in the industry that was forced to work a full-time job for a season due to some issue with compliance in the MLM company they were with. She said it herself. It's impossible for anyone working a full-time job to build a business. Well, she consulted me, and once she started with a new company, she tested this out. And you know what? After explaining this way of building a business, she did it the servant leader way and grew exponentially. Why? Because everyone starts part-time and can commit the bare minimum if that. But since she is the leader, she went to work for them. As the leader, she recruited and sold for her people. She did not need to use their warm markets of friends and families. As the leader, she brought new people regardless of what the people on her team did. She stopped recruiting people direct to her and started placing them under the newest person. Instead of going wide with direct recruits, she recruited under them and recruited deep at least 4 to 5 levels below. This is going deep into your organization to use overlapping leadership to drive the multiples and help your, in one word, leverage. Another leader was able to take his organization from 2 people into 30 plus people, plunging into his trainings within a month span. He did it with the heart of a servant, and just like Jesus washed his disciples' feet. In other words, he did all the recruiting and selling new distributors. You know the hard stuff for his newbies. When you as the leader do this and take this servant approach, you also build trust with your team. You see, they don't work for you. You work for them. This is the true secret to every massive network marketing hierarchy that has grown exponentially. Their leadership duplicates this approach from the original leader that starts it. Now, some people may ask, won't that make them dependent on you? No, it won't. A mature leader understands when to hold on and when to let go. Think about driving a car. If network marketing is a vehicle for financial freedom, then as the leader, you must know when to keep your hands on the steering wheel and when to allow others to take control. The people in your organization who move quickly, take initiative, and start bringing in others are the ones you can release sooner because they've shown responsibility and growth. But you should never hand over your business to a complete beginner or someone unproven. Doing that isn't leadership, it's gambling. An effective business person develops people before giving them major responsibility. Some may also ask, won't this approach make people weak in the business? Again, no. It's similar to raising children. When children are babies, you do almost everything for them. You don't bring them into the world and immediately send them off to school or work. Of course not. You nurture them with patience, guidance, love, and care. As they grow and mature, they naturally become more independent. The same principle applies to the people you bring into your organization. In the beginning, they need significant support, direction, and encouragement. Your role as a leader is to guide them step by step until they gain the confidence, skills, and experience to stand on their own. But first, you must create all the activity and show them that this business works. You show them also that you don't need them because you will continue to create the activity to build a successful network marketing business. You don't need their friends and family. You can get people on your own. They actually get to come on this ride and participate with you. Now, when they see all of this happening, they'll naturally recognize that you are genuinely helping them achieve what they want, which, as we covered earlier, means escaping the rat race and gaining more time and financial freedom. They get to quit their full time once they have a team built and money flowing in. They can also now see that financial freedom is possible and you are helping them get it. At that point, financial freedom no longer feels like a fantasy. It becomes something real that they can see unfolding in their own life, and they recognize that you are playing the main role in helping them get there, which, as we covered earlier, means escaping the rat race and gaining more time and financial freedom. Once they've built a team and have consistent income flowing in, they can leave their full-time job behind. At that point, financial freedom no longer feels like a fantasy. It becomes something real that they can see unfolding in their own life, and they recognize that you played a role in helping them get there. Now think about the conversations they'll start having with their friends and family. It probably won't sound like, maybe you should look into this. It'll sound more like, you need to see what's happening here. Look at the commissions I'm earning. Look at the team we're building. This is changing my life, and I don't want you to miss out. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you to join. Now you celebrate every win for them, and the business is actually fun. Also, by taking this approach, you just created something very powerful here. FOMO, fear of missing out. I like to refer to it as fear of loss. You now have your new people talking to their warm markets with actual proof that thing actually works. You have turned your people into evangelists for you and your opportunity. They are walking, talking advertisements for you because you promised to build them a business and are actually delivering Their friends and family will actually be missing out if they don't join. No hype, no smoke and mirrors, just proof that this actually works, and they will miss out if they don't get on board. In a world that oppresses people and keeps people from advancing, you are doing the opposite and pushing them up and advancing them. I know this may go against what you've been taught, but I ask that you approach it with an open mind. Like most people, myself included, at one point many of us approached network marketing through the lens of the faulty programming and conditioning we receive from the world around us. In the coming videos, I will be covering why this is the true version of network marketing, the psychology behind it, and the leader you must become to make this happen. Give us a like and subscribe. Share this with your leadership team, and feel free to ask questions about this approach to growing exponentially. Until the next one, and I'll see you at the top.